So I'm currently here in Tokyo, Japan. And, you know, I was just kind of thinking about when I was talking with my friends recently, we were talking about working 80 hours a week, working 70 hours a week versus having the ability to actually be able to travel the world and do things like we're doing right now. So I'm here with two of my friends and we're currently in Tokyo and tomorrow we're going to the Philippines. Recently, my friend has traveled all over. He's been to a lot of different countries recently, Montenegro, Albania, Algeria. I'm currently getting ready to go to Philippines. I just left Thailand, going back to Vietnam right now, and then I'm gonna go do some traveling around Asia. And I'm not just trying to list the countries that I've been to, because that's not really what's important. But at the end of the day, most Americans specifically, and most people who work traditional jobs, a 9 to 5, or who have a business that's struggling, they don't have the freedom to go travel the world, to experience new, experiences. And they don't have the ability to see what the world has to offer. And the world is a really big place. There's so much that other cultures have to offer and so much that is possible to experience in the world, but without the proper foundation, without the ability to have time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom, you're just trapped in this bubble, in this corporate rat race where you're constantly running on this treadmill thinking that you're about to, get a promotion, or thinking that you're about to make more money, or you're constantly focused on your career, but you're missing life itself. And this is how I personally feel. I feel like the most important thing that we can do right now, if you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, or even middle-aged, and you're trying to reinvent yourself, is to establish a system to make money regardless of where you live in the world, to have time freedom so that you actually take control of your time, to have location freedom so that you can travel wherever you want, and so that you can have financial freedom so that you're not constantly sacrificing everything because you just can't afford it. So in this video, I want to cover a few key principles as well as a few key things that I think you can do right now today to improve your financial standpoint. So the first principle is literally that you need to expand your audience. You have to build an audience of people that can actually fund your lifestyle. And the only way that you can build an audience of people is to have something of value that you can provide the audience. So whenever somebody's coming to your YouTube channel, or if somebody stops on an ad that you're running online, or if somebody sees your content on Instagram, they're looking for a direct return on investment. Now, their investment is they invest time to watch your content. They invest time to consume your content. They are giving you attention. Now, that's the investment. They invest time, attention, and the return that you deliver them is value, right? So what a lot of people struggle with in business when it comes to building a remote business, a high ticket coaching or consulting model business, is they don't understand fundamentally how to provide value that actually helps the viewer. For example, me, at the beginning of this video, I shared with you some of the lifestyle that I'm living. Traveling Tokyo, Japan, Philippines. I've been to over 30 countries. But what I'm really providing, the value isn't me trying to flex or have some Lamborghini in a video or talk about my Bugatti or talk about a Bugatti. It's like, I'm not talking about Bugattis. I'm not trying to flex with with material wealth. I'm trying to provide the lifestyle that you can live if that's the lifestyle that you want to live. There's a lot of people who want to travel the world, but they can't because they don't currently have the knowledge on how, they don't have the skill set to build a proper business or to build financial income that can actually provide that lifestyle. So what I'm doing is I'm painting a picture of the lifestyle that's possible if you learn how to actually build the proper style business. That's value. So you build your audience in this way. The second thing that I want to talk about is really just how to navigate finances. So a lot of people say to live below your means. And I agree with that to an extent. The best way to save money is to live below your means. The best way to, in the beginning, to accumulate more financial resources is to be more diligent and to be a better steward with the resources that you already have. But one of the things that we can do, especially if you're coming from a country that has a strong currency, for example, if you make money in British pounds or you make money in American dollars, you can go to another country where it has a cheaper cost of living. And then now all of a sudden, just by moving to another country, moving into some places in South America, or moving to some places in Asia, or moving to some places in Europe even, you can literally just instantly become wealthier because the money that you're making goes a lot farther in those locations. And what people don't realize is that what you're really accumulating isn't savings. You're not just saving money. What you're accumulating is time, because the amount of time that we have to work in America, like, I used to work 70, 80 hours a week as a consultant in the real estate space, doing mortgages. And that was miserable to me. I made a lot of money, but it was not something I wanted to do in my life. It was just too much work. But, I had no time. So I'm working 70 hours a week. I'm working 80 hours a week. I had no time. And without time, there was no way to find opportunities to make wealth. So what you really want to do is buy yourself time so that you can use that time to get wealth, to build resources, or to build assets that allow you to live a freedom lifestyle, basically. The ability to travel and have the lifestyle that you want, the business that you want, the business that serves you instead of you serving only the business. Most people who start businesses never make any money. But if you build it properly, you can have a lifestyle that you want. And even if you're only making $100,000 a year in your business, if you're living in certain places where your cost of living is extremely low, the amount of time that you have, the amount of the quality of your life, it improves tremendously. Now, what I like to teach my clients is how to build a business that they can take from 0 to 10K, 20K, or even more a month. That way they can use that money and start buying themselves time so that they can learn how to invest that money and compound that money over time. So that's the next thing. Now, the third thing I think is really important is, and a lot of people really miss when it comes to business, is that they think getting wealthy is about just making money, but it's really not. The key that you really want to implement, and I'm not even talking about building wealth. Right now, when I'm referring to wealth in this moment, I'm referring to the quality of life that you have. I'm referring to the amount of time you have to spend time with your family, spend time with your friends, to go out and have experiences, excursions, and do whatever it is that you want. That I think is very valuable. Of course, it comes with finances. It's financial health, right? The ability to take care of your health. All these things are your financial, these things all fall into wealth. Wealth is not just money. Wealth is your health. It's your lifestyle. It's your ability to have connection with family and friends. It's the contribution that you can make to other people, the contribution you can make to your community, the contribution you can make to your church. This is really what wealth really is. It's more than just money. So when you're building this style of wealth, it's like you literally have to architect what are the very things that you need to create in your life so that you can have more time, so that you can have more money, so that you can have more clients. And the way that you create that wealth is to serve other people. The more people that you serve, the more of a return that you're able to have in your own life, the more your life personally benefits. That's pretty much it. So if you are currently trying to figure out how to make more money online, if you want to make 10K, 20K, or even more a month online, the first thing that you want to do is determine what exactly is your offer. What's the value that you can provide another person? Now, once you determine what's the value you can provide to another person, then you have to determine, okay, well, what's the lifestyle that I want? What's the objective, my personal objective? And this is where you get into identity architecture. A lot of people, when they're trying to build wealth, they try to build wealth as the same person that they are right now today. And if right now today you're not living the life that you want to live, there's something in your identity that needs to shift. Because if the actions that you're taking right now were going to give you the life that you wanted, you would already have that life. So you need to change something in your identity. You need to change something in your actions. That way the life that you create is actually in alignment with who you are. And that comes down to identity architecture. So what identity architecture really is getting to the core root of who you are, why it is that you do things, what's the purpose behind your objectives? Like, why is it that you want the things that you want? Not just what do you want, but why do you want the things that you want? Okay, once you have those things that you want, what's the impact that you're gonna have? So you wanna architect this identity, and then now all your behaviors will start to fall into alignment with this identity. And then that is what actually makes it possible for you to actually build the life that you want. Why do I say that? Because if you look at people, don't even take my word for it, just look at people. A lot of people will say, I want this thing, but they don't take the actions to do it. They say, I wanna be ripped, I wanna have a six pack, I wanna be muscular, but they continue to eat Oreos, they continue to eat ice cream every day, or to eat snacks and desserts every day. They don't go to the gym, they don't work out. So just because you say you want something doesn't mean that your identity is in alignment with the things that you want. Because if you want to be in shape, you have to change your identity to be a person who actually is healthy. So then now that you view yourself as a healthy person, you will take actions that promote your health. You will start going to the gym, you will start eating properly, you will start tracking your calories. It's the same thing with building your business. It's the same thing with making money online. So if you want to get a full roadmap on exactly how you can build this lifestyle, build this freedom lifestyle in your business to start making money online, I have a 100% free premium positioning guide down below. Go ahead and just click the link down below, grab your free premium positioning guide, and I will see you in the next video.